we've got the 1/72 scale handy page Hampden from Airfix, the old tooling. I've already just split off the sellotape just so I can open the box up. I haven't actually looked in here yet, but I do know it's the old kit. We're getting rid of the bits from it, and nice bag of bits. I notice the again they've put the clear parts in a separate bag in here as well. I'll look at the instructions first. I think put that in there, we don't need that. And a couple of pages of again, it's typical of one of their older style kits. Most of the figures are exactly the same. I don't think you'll see much in here. It's very tight in the Hampden. It's the very narrow-bodied bomber. But it does look like it's got separate surfaces on the tailplane, but not the rudders. There's a separate elevator and separate ailerons as well, so that's nice. There's a fair old bit of detail inside for the age of the kit, because this is quite an old kit. I don't know whether you can get any inside details on it. I don't think you'll see much at all. A lot of these aircraft were actually quite plain inside. Most of the controls were down the side of the pilot and that, and the bulkheads were basically just a bulkhead, plain and simple, nothing else on it. The got two types of engine exhausts on it as well. I believe it had the same engines originally as the Beaufort aircraft. I'm sure that was the same engines they had in this one as well. There's 17 parts to build. Undercarriage down, but not up. But maybe, looking at it, with those parts there, it could be, it probably could be rotated up into the well, but the bomb bay doors you can have open as well, with all the bombs in it, or closed. You have got retracting undercarriages on this one, but like a lot of things, the doors would have to stay open anyway. It's a nice kit, nice aircraft, huge wings as you can see here, very big wings on it, and you've got two RAF versions of it, and unusually in this particular one you also have the Swedish version, Swiss Air Force version of it. And just having a look at the decals, the Swedish version roundels look to be in absolutely perfect blue. I don't think any of that will show through, because Airfix did get a bit of a comment about the Swedish roundels being a bit translucent. I think they solved it with this one. There is a dashboard in here on the decal sheet, so you have got some detail in there. Might be just seen. Common to A and B different markings there, a Swedish and a common to everything. Yeah, again, these decals, I'm feeling them now. I don't know who's printing them now, but they're very thin I can hardly feel these decals at all on here. I can feel a bit, so they're still thicker than other people's, but they're a lot thinner than what they used to be. And also they've got some fine decals here as well to put on. So you've got a lot of extra details on this one as well to put on it in transfer form. The Swedish one, it's all green at top, grey at the bottom, and the RAF ones are typically night fighter ones, I believe, that because they've got the black underneath. I may be wrong, or night bombers and camouflage top ends. So and slightly different camos on them as well. And they got the brass engines on the or copper, I should say, brass or copper colour on the engine rings as well. And so is the Swedish one as well. So I'll have to make a few notes on this one and get some few photographs on it and see what we come up with. It'd be nice to do the oddball one. I do like the oddball ones. And now I'll pack it up. Pop these parts out here. I'll just put them loose in the box today. I'll put them back in the bag after I've done the review. One thing I'm not taking out the bag is the clear. I'm looking at the writing through the glazing on the bag, and yeah, there is distortion in it. I wouldn't expect anything less than that from. You won't be seeing a lot through the canopies anyway. They're very narrow pieces in there. If you have a magnifying glass on it, you probably see through. But they look alright. They're not scratched or anything because they're in a separate bag. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sprues basically. And a few odd bits that have come off the sprues. Cowling has broken off. Let's have a look. Oh no, there's left a lot of plastic on there where it's broken off. That's okay. And the pilot. The pilot looks like a German. It really does look like a German. I don't know whether I can come in on this. Let me try. As you can see here, he's got an oxygen mask coming out of his, the hose coming out the mask on his face and coming down. That's very much a German type mask. If I remember right, the British come out the side. So I reckon they just done one German one, and that's the whole lot. Mask and goggles, and well, like I said, you won't see a great deal in the cockpit itself. You might see his head. May put him in, may not. I don't know. Have to wait and see. Alright, as for the fuselage pieces, it's all raised rivet detail on it. Again, another piece that I don't know about. I don't know this aircraft that well, so I can't say whether the details supposed to be raised in it. I think they were. It was only the Spitfires that started coming on and doing the flush riveting on the aircraft itself. A lot of panel line. It probably take a wash. Lovely, actually. Thinking about it, that raised panel detail on it. Wings again, lots of raised panel detail on it, and rivets. There's a bit of flash on here as well. Will have to be taken off right by the mould line. Again, the props have got a bit of flash on them as well. Most of it's got a little bit of flash here and there, but not a great deal. Not big chunks of it. The underside wing section, They've got some scratches on, but I don't think that would matter on this one. By the time you've done your undercoats and your top coat matte finish, that'll lose all them scratches. They're very fine. There's one bit there. It looks like a pin. It looks like a pin mark right on the flap here. It is raised, but then again you've got all the rivet detail around it as well. Right on the line. It's typical, isn't it? Again, tail all nicely done. Figures aren't that brilliant on it. I'll probably leave them off. There's a bit of flash around some of the parts here as well. They've got to be taken off and cleaned up. Bomb bay and all the bombs in it. Oh, they don't look too bad. No, if it was Ed, they'd put photo etch around the edge of these bombs. But on here it's just plastic rings, quite thick as well. And the guns look like Vickers, if you don't look too hard. They're the right shape for Vickers. Engine detail, not a great deal. Might be able to do is a bit of dry brushing to bring the pins out that are marked on there. Some of the that's just joystick there. It's looks a bit rough, that joystick. Like it's been cobbled together from other bits. Maybe maintenance gone wrong. Again, inside, there's nothing inside the fuselage or on the floor, so it's very plain inside. But then again, it's a very old kit from Airfix. All in all, not too bad. And for the price, well, I can't really complain about the price of it. I forgot how much this was now. I did say on the other, when I've shown it, all the kits I bought in the past few months, I got to put the price on there. It wasn't a lot. They were going cheap, and they're still going cheap actually, these ones. There are a few left on the site if you want to get one. So that's the Hampden. I've got the box in here. Probably make up to a nice model. I have seen a couple of them built and they are nicely finished. Let me come out a bit. There we are. See the full box now, and not bad for the price. As I said, it's very good for the price. 123 pieces in the kit. And yellow bombs. Yeah, right, okay. Anyway, that's it for the Hampden. Hope you enjoyed that. More when the build comes.